Welcome back to Book Buzz, brought to you by the Peters Township Public Library. I am Miss Shannon.
And I'm Miss Linda, and we are just doing book talk for you. There's been some great books that have been coming out for you to enjoy this summer. We want to make sure that you are aware of it.
Yeah,
and have some info.
Since we were closed for a while, you know, we wanted to make sure we got all the new stuff as soon as possible so that when we do reopen, you can come and get some great brand new stuff.
Absolutely. We're ready.
Yes.
Bring it on.
We have all kinds of good stuff. So make sure you come in or put them on hold because we have the best one. I might as well, should I start since I probably had the most anticipated?
I absolutely think you should start.
Okay. So with that being said,
you're going to be the most popular.
We do have tons of copies of the Ballot of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy. So this is probably for YA and adults one of the most anticipated books because the Hunger Games was so well loved.
Oh, yeah.
And hasn't really lost its popularity in the 10 years or so since it's been out. And so this one is a prequel, and it is about President Snow's life when he was young. So he is a teenager, and he does live in the Capitol. His family is kind of well off, and he's been assigned to be a mentor for he's 18 in this, and for one of the tributes in the Hunger Games, and he gets a female from District 12. So he's like, oh, great, I have a girl. Which he doesn't think the girls are going to be as successful in the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
She's from District 12, which is like, you know, poverty-stricken district. No, there's never any winners from District 12, kind of a thing. And he has this girl, so it's kind of ironic when we know what happens in his future. So it's kind of I'm personally not very far into it, but I've been hearing a lot of great stuff from our staff.
I have.
Did you read it?
No, I haven't read it yet. I look forward to it, but like you just said, I've heard great things.
Yes.
I have.
Yes, and it's kind of hard to like, you know, because, you know, obviously knowing who he grows up to be, you know, having any kind of compassion for him. But in other stories, we know villains are villains for a reason. So I'm thinking something's going to happen in this book that's going to make a lot of what happens in the Hunger Games trilogy make more sense of why he turned out the way that he did. So we have tons of copies on this. I did that on purpose because I know everyone wants to read about this book. So you can go ahead right now, go on our website, you can place it on hold, you can give us a call, and we will get it for you as soon as possible, I believe. So it's been already flying off the shelf through our curbside holds and things that we've been offering. So awesome. We're excited about that one.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Do you feel like they would have had to read the Hunger Games before reading that one?
I think you'll enjoy it more if you've read the Hunger Games because because they do start explaining the Hunger Games and stuff in there, but you know, you would already have that knowledge. But since it is a prequel, you probably could read them.
You could get away with reading that and going,
first.
oh, I've got to read the Hunger Games.
Yes, for sure. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and going along with that, we do have, we talked in our last episode about our virtual programming. We do have a virtual program circulating around still that involves the Hunger Games where it's basically like a mock Hunger Games kind of a thing, and it's like a escape room idea where you're going through to see like how you survive in the Hunger Games.
Ooh.
So that is available on our youth services page and our website. So if you want to see how you would do, my neighbors are all doing it, and they're like, I keep dying. If you want to try it, it's fun. It's very creative. Created by our staff, Miss Sydney. So make sure you check out the virtual Hunger Games and see how you would do. And there's also a quiz, I think, on our Facebook page to see what district you would be in. So that's kind of fun too.
Yes, that is. I wanted to talk about this one. This is not new. It's last year.
Yes.
I want to say. And the reason I think it was put on my desk is because it's not cataloged correctly. And I started looking at it and going through, and I thought, wow, what an intriguing book. It's called Free Lunch by Rex Ogle. And it's about a kid. His name is Rex, and he's in 6th grade. And you know how important, your image is, or your reputation and everything about you as you're getting into the middle school age. And this is a kid that comes from, a family that doesn't have anything. He lives in a rather wealthy neighborhood, but he's not. And it's called free lunch because he has to go into the lunchroom, and his mom, they qualify for the free lunches, and it's embarrassing for him. So he has to go through the cafeteria and say, he like kind of whispers like, I have a free lunch, and kind of, try to say this. And the woman that's waiting on him is hard of hearing. And then she goes, what? And he has to say it really loud so that he draws attention to himself that, yes, I have free lunches. And, and secondhand clothing. And his mom's, seeing somebody. They're in a relationship, but it's not a very healthy one. Just everything that would be mortifying for a kid that age, and how he deals with it and gets through it.
And this true story, correct?
Yes.
It's nonfiction.
Well, it's based on, I don't think, that's why I thought that
My understanding was that it was nonfiction, because we actually discussed that at the youth services or the YA literature thing that Sydney and I went to, and she would put it as a nonfiction read.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess it is. Okay. I guess I was thinking too, that's good to bring up, that it's the jacket says unsparing and realistic. So I wasn't sure. So maybe it belongs in the nonfiction, but I was thinking that it was a realistic fiction. Regardless, this is, based on being one of the poorest kids at school, but
Wow.
I thought it was so good.
Yeah.
So wherever you find it when you come in, whether you find it in the nonfiction, which I guess it will stay because I'm a little off on that point, but regardless, I really, really liked it.
Yeah.
It hits home in many ways. So
That's sad.
it is.
Alrighty. So going on to nonfiction, Amelia Earhart.
Oh.
So I love the graphic novels, and so I love that they're doing so much more fun things with graphic novels and telling of history. Because,
definitely.
I just feel like it's a different way of learning it, maybe a little bit more, I don't know the best word, maybe more not laid back, but more, I don't know, different readers enjoy different things, and so it's just a different way of learning it, I guess. I don't know how to really the right terms for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
A little bit more fun. So this is Amelia Earhart, This Broad Ocean. So it's her story, but it's told in a graphic novel. This is a brand new one for us. So we have a lot of similar ones. We have some Hamilton graphic novels. We have some graphic novels that take apart different points of history. I believe there's even one on the plague, which is kind of interesting in today's world.
Ooh.
But yes, so Amelia Earhart, This Broad Ocean, which is a nice, fun, new graphic novel about her story, which she's got an interesting one.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you brought up a graphic novel because I brought one as well, because who doesn't love stories about sloths?
Sloths are very trendy
They
right now.
are. They're very trendy. And I'm not one to miss a trend within 5 years. So, I'll be honest, I'm not the one wearing the trendy stuff. I'm like, I'm a little behind the 8 ball on that. So, but this one by Graham Annabelle, this is the third one in the series of the adventures of Peter and Ernesto, 2 sloths. And in this one, Bernard is one of their friends and sloth friends. And they're out and about. And this is called Sloths in the Night. And it's nighttime and he gets lost. Bernard gets lost. And
It take them a really long time to find us.
guess what? They take a very long time to find him. Will they find him? You'll have to read it to find out.
Look how cute.
But here's what I liked about it also. Talking about learning learning things. What I like about this is that this feels like it would be a great first graphic novel to read. Look how easy.
Yeah, real simple.
Real simple. Big squares, big font, few words, getting the kids into graphic novels, which are great resources to teach the kids how to read. And they're fun, especially this one. You know, you get your kid reading about sloths in a very fun and simple way.
How cute they are. They don't even look, they
are
look interesting.
Yeah.
Their illustrations.
Aren't they cute?
And we found that the graphic novels are getting more and more popular, and they're a really great outlet for some of the reluctant readers.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just a totally different way of reading. And,
Absolutely.
And all reading is good reading. You know, sometimes we'll have parents like, oh, I don't want them reading that comic book. Well, no, they're not comic books. They're
Nope.
they're full novels, and they're great. If that's what you know, I really enjoy them as a reader.
Absolutely.
So
we've got some good
there's a lot of good ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if they haven't started, start with Peter and Ernesto and read about the sloths and their adventures. There's 3, like I said, 3 in the series, and a lot of fun, each of them.
So I'm going to go ahead and do another graphic novel then while we're at it.
Okay.
I attended a virtual
Seminar?
conference type thing for YA literature while we were closed because all conferences and things had to go on the virtual realm, so I was able to check in on this one. And it was all about popular books for, new books for middle grade and high school. And this one was one of them, the Antihero. And it was actually written by 2 different people, and they wrote back and forth when they were doing it about each character. So it's super cute. It's a real good girl power kind of a story. You know, she is a superhero, but she really doesn't want to be a superhero kind of a thing. Piper and the 2 superheroes. Piper and Sloan are my new favorite superheroes. Antihero is completely awesome. Really, really cute story. Quick read. It's a quicker graphic novel. It's not so easy being a hero or a villain. So super cute Antihero. Brand new. We just got this one in too. So fun.
Very cool. Well, starting and trying to put together a book club, a tween book read online that we're going to be doing. Details to come. We're trying to figure it out. It's a tale dark and grim based on the fairy tale theme that we have going on this summer. This is based on Hansel and Gretel and different adventures as they go through this book. It is so differently written. It's very cool, and I think that this makes for a good summer read, good for the tweens. And we're working on doing something, of course, virtual, and hoping to have it where it ends with an escape room and puzzles along the way. That maybe they'll get you'll get some hints of how to go through an escape room. We're working out those details. So
fun. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and this is by John Gidwitz. So, or Adam Gidwitz. It would help if I had my glasses on. Adam Gidwitz.
John Gidwitz, who also goes by Adam.
Yeah, Adam, maybe Adam John Gidwitz. That's all right, Adam. Sorry about that, buddy. I enjoyed this book. So watch for something to come of that.
Oh, God. You kill me sometimes. So funny. So another anticipated one for YA, Cassandra Clare, man, she's a busy woman. She writes these huge books. So it started, you know, I had read the Mortal Instruments series, which came out in the probably around 2012-ish. Those were around the City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, all of those. And then she did the Clockwork Angel series, which was kind of a prequel series to that. And then she had the Lady Midnight series. And now she's moving on to the Last Hours series, Chain of Gold. So there's a fun illustration in the front of that. That's kind of cool. So this is another one of her stories. I'm still continuing with shadow hunters, you know, battling the demons.
Who doesn't like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. They travel to London. That's where it's taking place, I think. This just came in as well, so I don't know too much about it, but I know that we cannot keep her books on the shelf, and she is continually writing these really in-depth. This is the collector's first edition, apparently, so there we go. Maybe someday we can make some big bucks on this one.
That's really cool. Did you see my unibrow go up?
Yeah, there you go. It's a brand new series in the Shadowhunter world, so she really does a lot of cool stuff with this Shadowhunter theme that she is going on. So I don't think they connect to the other series. I think they all are standalone series. But if you're a fan of one, you tend to be a fan of the other. And she does a really fun style of writing. And our kids, this book looks huge, but they fly through them. I mean, they are definitely page-turner stories. So check out this new one. We have a couple copies of this one ready to go for you too, Cassandra Clare. She takes up a lot of shelf space because she's big.
Yeah.
Her books are so big.
How many more do you think we should go through?
Well,
we're doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
I know you want us to do as many books as possible. Okay, this one, I don't want to read the author's name wrong, or their middle name, because of Adam John Gidwitz. This one's a fairy tale. Yeah, a fairy tale for readers of all ages. Well, I'm making him popular.
Yes.
Now you'll never forget that name. Another Dreadful Fairy Tale by Quentin, I love this, Quentin Q. Quacks Worth.
Oh, good old Quentin
Q.
Good old
Triple Q's.
Good old Mr. Quacks Worth.
Mr. Quacks Worth. You think that's his real name?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, sharp-tongued shade, gregarious Ginch, and pilfering professor return for more madcap misadventures. Will the three stop a bullying bugbear from closing the Grand Library of Elfame? Maybe. Will they track down members of a secret society of book guardians and retrieve a treasure trove of lost books? Possibly. Will Quentin Q. Quacks Worth actually approve of this tale? I wouldn't bet on it, but the only way to find out is to read, against the advice of Quacks Worth, of course, another dreadful fairy book. What do you think? Quacks Worth, you got it.
Yeah,
you got it.
I think it looks like a good one, and
Isn't it hilarious?
I really appreciated
the characters on there. And
yep, I really appreciated your.
Did
your
you like
reading of
that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right, Quentin.
They say never judge a book by its cover, but I 110% did judge a book by its cover and would read this book based upon its cover. This is called Hot Dog Girl. Look how cute!
Yeah, that's hilarious.
So it's a perfect summer read because it takes place, this is her summer job. She's landed her summer job and she is working at Magical Castle Playland as a giant dancing hot dog. Her crush,
hilarious.
The dreamy diving pirate Nick, already has a girlfriend who is literally the princess of the park. But Lou has never, she goes by Eloise, her name is Eloise, she goes by Lou, has never liked anyone, guy or otherwise, this much before, and now she wants a chance at her own happily ever after. Her best friend Celie, the carousel operator, has always been up for anything, but she decidedly not on board when it comes to Lou's quest to set her up with the perfect girl of Lou's scheme to get close to Nick. And it turns out this will be their last summer at Magical Castle Playland ever, unless she can find a way to stop the park from closing.
Wow.
So so here's all the characters here. We got the pirate, the boy who's dressed up as the pirate, but he's in love with the princess already. Here she is as a hot dog. And then she's got her friend here that's up in the carousel, and then there's some other little handsome prince over there off to the side. But there are worse things in the world than being a hot dog, probably.
Yeah. Well,
I love it. This looks like such a fun
that
summer
is
read.
hilarious. I love the cover, and I'll tell you what. Immediately. Well, you'll figure out where my head is. What immediately came. Now, don't go anywhere. What I immediately thought of when I saw that. First of all, that it's funny, it's adorable. And number two, it just made me think that's a perfect summer read because you barbecue hot dogs a lot.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, a few hot dogs on the Weber, it's all good.
Right. And, it takes place during the summer working at a theme park, which a lot of teens do. Maybe this summer is a little bit different, but...
I love it.
So it says, everyone falls for the princess, but not everybody falls for the hot dog girl.
That's funny.
So that's what I'll be reading this summer because this looks super fun.
That's funny.
So,
I have one more.
Okay.
And just a little story about how I came across wanting to do this book. I was thinking because 3 new magazines for the month of July and August came on my desk to be cataloged. And I thought, oh, okay, let's remind everybody that we've got magazines that you can check out.
Yeah.
You know, you come, don't forget, you know, they're nicely done. And you can check out. There's more titles than that. Then I started thinking, well, you can check out, you know, look at the magazines online, okay? So on our website, you know, you have free access to newspapers and magazines. So I went to see if any of these titles, what are the titles in the kids area? And there weren't any. I mean, I would just consider it not any. I wrote them down. Where did I see? I know that it was, Family Fun.
Which is more for adults.
Yeah, Family Fun, Wired, the YA, and Rolling Stones is kind of YA or adult. There really aren't any kid magazines available through this magazine subscription,
Flipster.
Yeah, that we have. So, but I'm looking through it, and all of a sudden I came across, and I wasn't familiar with this online on our thing called Story Online. That if you go through, and they're even doing a program. They're doing a program through. You can find it through our resources. That they're doing 100 days of reading, SaveTheChildren.org. You can read and log in minutes on their thing. So if you're reading for us, you can log into theirs and put it in there. And then they use all those minutes to unlock books and educational resources for kids in need.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, through our website. So, I mean, you're killing 2 birds.
Right.
And also, I thought of one more
It's not
thing.
nice to kill birds, Linda.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right. You're not killing you're not killing a sloth. All right. Oh, no. No, but you and raccoons, should we go into that?
No, we're not going to talk about
All right.
it. It's still too fresh.
It's still too fresh. All right. You know, I know that, crap happens. Anyway, I was looking on there, and what they have there are...
You're on a roll. Continue. So go ahead. We're going to go on this
Okay,
site.
so there's books there that you get that are being read to you by stars.
Celebrities.
Yeah, celebrities. And one of which is Trombone Shorty, which is perfect for these times. Trombone Shorty is a biography by about Troy Trombone Shorty Andrews. He was a trombone player since he was a little kid. I'll show you the back picture.
Look how cute.
And they called him that because the trombone was always bigger than he was. But what I like, this is available. We have the hard copy. It's available to be read to you on our website, in our resources. Angela Bassett, Angela reads it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I was looking. There are great celebrities reading these to your children. And this is quite a book. So I thought, wow, she's so good. So in my search of magazines, you go through it and you find...
You never know what you might find
You
when you
don't
go
know
to
what you're digging up.
ptlibrary.org.
Yes, you don't know. ptlibrary.org.
That's where it's at, man. That's where the money is.
Yep.
All right. I think I've gone through probably the best books that I
Okay.
have with me today.
Okay.
So what about you? Do you have any?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all those are now available. You can put them all on hold. Even the magazines, like Miss Linda said, you can request those. Even give us a
Absolutely.
call. We'd love to give you a stack of highlights for your vacations and things.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
Do it.
hopefully we'll see you soon, and you can come and browse and start grabbing your own stuff, or you can again request all these if you want to read Hot
you
Dog
want Hot Dog Girl?
I mean, who doesn't? Though?
Yes. Sounds like the perfect summer read.
I know. I can't wait to read it myself. Or of course, the most recent Hunger Games is a big deal too.
Okay.
Trombone Shorty.
Trombone Shorty, another Dreadful Fairy book, and don't forget Adam John Gidwitz.
A Tale of Darker Grim. And please follow our newsletter, our social media pages, because Miss Linda is working on some really cool things to go along with that book this summer that we want to make sure that you guys check that out.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be rolling out in the next few weeks. So
You're going to
looking
have
for
to
that.
watch for everything online
Yes.
these days.
Yes.
So until next month, we'll have more.
We'll have more.
Yes.
We'll
lots
have more. Always more.
All right.
I probably won't have a Hot Dog Girl again.
Okay. And I won't have Trombone Shorty or Adam John Gidwitz. Sorry, Mr. Gidwitz. All right.
Have a good one.